Hi guys, today we'll discuss a very important topic in civil engineering, or you can say that in structural engineering. Today we'll discuss about the stability of structures. Okay, so we'll come directly to the topic. Okay, so stability of a structures. In this topic, we'll cover both pin joint structures and rigid joint structures. Okay, so basically what is meant by stability. Stability means is that in the structure, if we consider a structure, if we consider a structure, so in that there should not be there should not be a rigid body displacement, okay, or the deformation should not be large as compared to the dimension of a structure. It basically means that if a structure is there, suppose if we consider a beam over here, okay, and suppose if we apply a load over W load over here, okay, so in this we can say that in this beam we can say that this beam will bend like this, okay. So there should not be this deflection. This deflection should not be more. For stability of a structure, this deflection should not be more. Okay. Likewise, we can say that there should not be a rigid body displacement in the structure. Okay, what we mean by that? Suppose if we have a beam, okay, we are providing some roller support, no hinge support, only roller support. This is our beam, and if we apply load in this direction, horizontal direction, so there is no resistance. There is no resistance to resist this horizontal movement of a beam. So we can say that this is complete a rigid body displacement, and the structure is not stable in horizontal direction, because if we apply load in vertical direction, it might be stable or unstable. Okay, but in horizontal, if we apply load, that in that case, the beam is not stable. So we can say that the beam is unstable. Okay, so here we have the rigid body displacement. Here we have rigid body displacement. Here we have deformation. Okay, so in basically we come we come to the point is that the displacement in the structure should not be large. Okay, that is the most important criteria to decide the stability of a structure. Okay, so displacement include both displacement displacement includes both rigid body displacement plus deformations. So deformation and rigid body displacement should not be large. Should not be large. If it is large, if they are large, then we can say that the structure is unstable. Okay. So one thing is there. So one thing is there. How we can say that the stability structure is stable or not. After that, we come across with two terms basically in the stability of structure. We come across one is external stability and one is internal stability. Okay, external stability means that if suppose we have a less number of reaction forces, to counteract the load, then we can say that the structure is externally unstable. Like in this case, we have a beam over here. Okay, in this case we have a beam over here. So in this we have two vertical reactions, but we don't have a reaction in horizontal direction. Okay, suppose we don't have a reaction in horizontal direction, so beam is unable to resist this horizontal movement, so we can say that this beam is unstable. If I modify this beam, and change this support to hinge support, now if I apply horizontal load, now I can say that this beam is stable. This beam is stable because it is at A, I'm getting two reactions. One in horizontal direction, one in vertical direction, and one is in horizontal direction. Okay, and at B I have vertical reaction. So I have minimum 3 number of reactions to KB, so that I can say that this beam is stable. Okay. Next we come to, this is basically a part of external stability. Okay, external stability in this also we can say that suppose now generally we come across with generally we have read this thing that for the beam to be, for a structure to be stable, for a structure to be stable, we need minimum 3 reactions. Minimum 3 reactions. Okay. here we are getting two reactions, here we are getting three reactions. Okay, so we can say that this beam is stable, this beam is not stable. Okay, for a structure to be stable we need minimum three reactions. Okay, this statement is not true always. Okay, this statement is not completely true always. What happens is that if we consider, suppose this continuous beam, here we can see that number of reactions are three, but we can still say that this beam is unstable in horizontal direction because there is no reaction force, that will resist the movement in horizontal direction. Okay, similarly we can say that if suppose this is our okay, and this is our structure. Okay, so here also we can see that we have three support reactions. One is this direction, one is this direction, and one is this direction. Okay, these reactions are concurrent reaction. Commonly they are passing through a common point O. Okay, so if I apply a load about point O, applying load about point O. So we can say that if we apply the about point low, so what will be the reaction? These reaction forces passes through are all passing through the point O. So summation MO, if I write, that will be equals to P into suppose this distance is L, that is equals to P into L. This force is P. So we can say that because for stability also we need some equilibrium equations. Okay, if a structure is stable, that means that it is also is under equilibrium. Okay, but if we check over here, the reaction forces are passing through a same point O, that is a concurrent. So if I apply a load about point O, that beam with that structure is not stable because if summation M we are calculating, we are getting P into L value. Okay, so this is also a unstable structure. This is basically due to geometry of support. The geometry of a supports that sufficient reactions are there, but that all reaction forces are passing through our concurrent points. So this accounts for a geometric instability. Okay. So in external stability, always deals about the external support reactions. Okay. So in there we have discussed about this thing. And suppose if let us consider another example of a truss. Suppose if we have a truss. Okay, here also roller support, here also roller support. This truss is not this truss is not externally stable. So if we apply load in this direction, this truss will move. This truss will have a rigid body displacement. Okay. Now, in case of beam, if we consider, if suppose this is our beam, okay, this is our, and this we apply load, and here is some internal hinges there. Okay. So now we can see that if I draw the deflected shape of this beam will deflect like this. Okay. So if we have three continuous hinges, like in this case, okay, this is also an unstable structure. Here is an appreciable change of geometry is there. Here you can say that a sudden change of slope is there, and that too much. Okay, and there is no resistance developed in these portions. Okay, if you draw a bending moment of this beam, there will be no bending. There will be no bending effect. This beam will bend straight. This will be a straight lines. This will be a straight portion, so there is no bending effect. So this structure is also an unstable structure. Okay, so we can also say that when a structure is unstable, there will be no resistance developed. Okay, this is a rigid body movement. Basically, in this we say that a mechanism is developed. Okay, so this due to basically this is not an external instability. This is a part of internal stability. This is a part of internal stability. So internal stability means what? Internal stability comes through this thing is that if we are not providing sufficient number of members, support reaction will be there, but sufficient numbers of members are not there. And this type of condition is there. Suppose like three continuous hinges are there. Okay, so this is, and suppose if we consider a truss. So this is also an internally stable. This is also an internally stable structure. Okay, if we apply a load is this direction W load, this portion will bend like this. Okay, so there is a change in geometry of a structure. Okay, geometry change will be there, but that will be too much. Okay, so this is also a unstable structure. Okay, so generally we have discussed about the external stability and external stability and internal stability. Okay, so what I want to say is that we don't we in internal external stability we lack some structure is external unstable is there structure is external unstable, then we have less number of support reactions. Okay, if internal instability is there, then we might have less number of internal members, or the arrangement of members is like that we get some geometrical instability will be there. Okay, some mechanism formation is there. Like we have some mechanism in here and some mechanism here. Okay,